Hello and welcome, this is Mouse Gunner. We're going to have another playthrough of Space Hulk Ascension. So we just finished Mission 2, and we have now a selection of missions to choose from. But before we do that, I'd like to level up what guy leveled up. We only had one guy level up, that's kind of a bummer. So let's look at him, give him some attributes. So I think this is pretty much a no-brainer. We're going to give him 1 agility and 1 perception. And that's pretty much for him. Now Rufus, I believe, was our replacement. Perception and toughness. I think that's better than what our reserves or reinforcements are going to give us, so we'll stick with that. Our librarian, I like to change his psychic ability to this. We have either force barrier or psychic storm target. I'm thinking the psychic storm because that's an actual direct attack. We'll pick that. Let's go ahead. I think that's all we needed to do for loadout. So let's go to our mission map. I'm curious to try out this lightning bolt mission because the logos we've been seeing for these missions have been the red logo. This icon is different. I'm always wondering if that designates it as an optional mission as opposed to a story mission. I'm kind of curious, so that's the only reason I'm going to select it. But just to show you, it does actually tell you what the difficulty difference is. So we have here it says normal, here it says hard, and here it says hard. So we are going to have a harder mission according to this. So let's go ahead and click on this. Our mission is a tech marine has been abducted from the sanctuary zone. Locate him and cleanse him. Obtain. Our objectives: flame or shoot the tech marine. Exit with 5 or more Terminators, so that's part of the mission. Heavy must survive, and heavy must not run out of ammo. That's kind of funny that they pluralized an already plural word, but oh well. And it looks like both of our squads are going to be used for this one. So let's go ahead and get in to the mission. And we're going to go ahead and read the more detailed mission. So a brood of gene stealers has found a way through past the perimeter of the sanctuary zone. They were driven away by a concerted counterattack, but managed to abduct one of the tech marines, maintaining the zone. He is a warrior of the chapter and must be rescued. Or, if the worst has happened and he has been tainted by the gene stealers, cleansed. So I'm going to assume by the objectives he cannot be rescued. And that's just reiterating the same objectives we saw earlier. So let's continue with the mission. Let's skip this because it just pretty much just reiterates our mission objectives. And let's go ahead and find our objectives. So objective 2, which is escape, is right here. So that's our exit point. And mission 1, yeah, it's down here. And that's our tech marine. It looks like we can actually see the room he's in. So that's nice. It looks like he has a little door there and another door there. So a couple ways into that room. Oh, even 3 ways into that room. Interesting. Okay, so we can see a little bit of the room that we need to get into. It's a fair distance away. So let's go ahead and squad in our... enter in our sergeant. I apologize. And we'll put him here and face the door. That's probably as far as he can get. Now, as far as other guys coming in here, I'd like to get guys with good agility up front. So we'll put a guy here. Now, the squads are going to probably end up getting intermixed based off this bottleneck. But that's not really that big of a deal, considering that the sergeant's command bonus, it doesn't really matter what squad the Terminators are in as long as they're close enough to him to get the bonus. Oh, it looks like this guy can open the door, so that really helps out. Alright, that helped out quite a bit, actually. I didn't expect that he'd be able to open the door diagonally. That's interesting. Okay, beyond that, I'm thinking maybe one other Terminator that has a 5 agility, so we'll pick this guy because he's the only one left that does. And he can give us another Overwatch, potentially. So move him there. Now, the slower guys I'm going to put towards the rear. Now, that is kind of
faith and duty.
There is kind of a downside to that, and that these guys need leveled up. And it would be nice to have them on the front, but I definitely need, with this bottleneck, to get through. So it's better to have the fast guys in front and the slower guys in the rear for now. I'd like to put one other guy that can put an Overwatch down up here. So I'm thinking putting in the librarian in this space.
I shall not fail. Moving ahead.
And then put heavy here, heavy there. Honestly, from the way the deployment is, having the heavy here is not much different from having him here, because the number of spaces to get him over here is more or less the same. So our last heavy... Well, actually, we have 2 guys to deploy, so we'll put a guy here. Because I'd like to have the guys that can put overwatches up front. Kind of sticks our heavies in the back, but we do need them to survive, so we do need to kind of protect them. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our first turn over with. Not a whole lot of action the first turn, but that's just deploying our guys and distributing them. Okay, so our sergeant's going to move forward here, and probably going to end up over here. Then you can put an overwatch down, so we'll do that.
Multiple targets acquired.
Okay, so we can see some guys. Well, we know we can see them with our scanners, not necessarily with our eyes. So we'll go ahead and put an overwatch down.
Position.
And because we planned this out with guys that have a lot of action points up front, we can get down what overwatches we need to get down. Thinking about putting this guy here, just to try and alleviate some of the bottleneck issues. Gets them a little closer where the Gene Stealers will come, but that's alright. Put an overwatch down.
Watching for enemy contact.
And we'll get this guy up here.
Taking position.
And we'll put down another overwatch. And then we can move the rest of our Terminators up. So, looks like the guys that are in front here are more or less the same action points except this guy. I don't think it's going to make much of a difference because they can all pretty much move. It's about the same. So I'll just put this guy in the corner. And I'll put this guy in the center. So let me do that while the other guy's moving. And then we'll put this... the librarian, I'm not sure if I want to put him in the mix of things just yet. That's a heavy... let's get this guy up instead, and then I'll do my librarian next. That way I've got 6 Marines set up to do overwatches and cover each other. The buddy system. And we'll put the heavies in the corners here. And I was a little bit worried about this room back here, but it looks like it's just a balcony and just ornamentation, so I don't think we have to worry about this area. And here, we'll just move up. And that pretty much is it for this turn. We've got 3 overwatches down, so a pretty effective cover of this hall. The only downside is if there's any Gene Stealers coming from this direction, the way this is laid out, I don't think this guy will be able to see any of them. But as far as we know right now, there's only Gene Stealers in this direction, so it's alright for that. So let's go ahead and end our turn.
I have movement, brothers.
Okay. Got rid of that guy. Alright, it looks like there's only one that we knew about, and it looks like these guys shoot regardless of whether one of them hits or not, so there was a couple wasted shots in there. Alright, so, I don't think that I can get an overwatch down this hall just yet. So all I'm going to do is... I'm not sure if I should move 1 or 2. Because if I move 2, the next turn I really have... I could get probably 2 guys on overwatch. So I may actually end up doing that. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to move 2 forward. It's a little bit more dangerous because he has less spaces to cover in front of him. So put our overwatch down. He only got 1 shot off, but we'll reload it anyway while we have the action points. We'll get our next guy up. He'll move 2 as well. And just in case these guys fall, we'll have overwatches behind them as kind of like a cover. And again, we'll put reload even though it's not really all that necessary. Move this guy up. No, not that direction. 3, and then we should be able to reload and put down an overwatch. Which is important, the reason we had the guys with the most action points in front, so that they can actually do these things. Okay, so now we're going to move right behind the Terminators in front, and we're going to put an overwatch down in case they fall. I don't want them to fall, but in case they do, we have that extra cover. And I may actually use the librarian here to kill off some of the closer gene stealers so that they can't actually get many or any attacks down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this one in the front can get an attack down. So I definitely do want to kill him with my librarian if I can.
Securing position.
So move
With
there.
all due haste.
Put down our
Overwatch
Overwatch.
protocol initiated.
Going to move our librarian up into the center and use his psychic ability. So psychic skill. We want the storm. Select this guy. Come on, kill him. Alright, yeah, we got him. So I'm hoping that the range is going to be such that even if this guy gets up here, he's not going to get an attack. I'm hoping. It's kind of hard to judge the spaces because I can't actually count them. But 1, 2, possibly 3, 4, 5, 6 gets him there, but no attacks. At least that's what I'm counting. I'm not going to put an Overwatch with the guys in the rear. You know what? I kind of planned this out poorly because I'd like to get the heavies there. So what I'm going to do is actually have him back up and then move forward because he's going to block the heavies otherwise. So maybe didn't plan that out the best, but it's all right. Okay, and then we'll move this guy forward. He kind of gets hosed and he's a little bit behind, but it was, I think, in my opinion, the best best option for us. We're going to get bottlenecked here anyway, so he'll probably easily be able to catch up. So let's go ahead and end the turn. We still know about gene stealers here. There may be more up here that we can't see, so that is a possibility. So let's go ahead and end our turn. Oh, I didn't count on the door, so that slowed him down even more. As a matter of fact, that probably saved us. Okay, took care of that one. Alright, we have another one here that we know about. And another one there. Alright. Oh, okay, that's not good.
My weapon is jammed.
Okay. Well, the ones that we need didn't really get a whole lot of shots off, so that's good. So I'm thinking 3-turn Overwatch.
Yes, Commander.
Which works out perfectly. He'll get a shot off here because he's turning
Hostile target ahead.
that he missed.
We have contact.
But now he has the skill points, the action points to Overwatch. We're going to do the same thing with this guy, so 3-turn. And he's looking directly down the door, so he can see all the way down here, hopefully. And Overwatch.
Securing area.
Now, this guy, I don't know if he's going to have enough action points to really help us out a lot. Looks like 3-turn Overwatch as well, which is good. So let's try that. I think this guy's going to be the guy that kind of maybe doesn't have enough action points to help us with another Overwatch. Oh, come on, guys.
Beware the alien.
Well, at least we have 2 Overwatches down.
Holding.
Trying to think here. So if we move here, that's 2, 3 is our turn. Yeah, I would prefer the 2 Overwatches because I don't know if this guy has enough action points. Yeah, 3. Yeah, that's all the action points he has. So I can get another Overwatch down. So 3-turn. That should cool off the gun with the action points being expended. Okay. We have 1 action point left. It's a choice either between reload or cool down. I'm going to do reload rather than cool down. I know that's not going to cool down his gun very much, but he definitely needs the reload, so we'll do that. And then we'll do Overwatch.
The enemy will fall before me.
Hopefully that works out. Kind of hard to tell. Now this guy, he's just going to move up to here probably. Let's get his Overwatch off so we can see his full action points. Moving here would be unwise because he wouldn't be able to turn, And the downside of that is if they attack him from the side, it's an automatic hit and he's dead. So we don't want that. So I'm thinking move here, then face in this direction. And we're going to have to think about how we're going to divvy up the squads. Probably end up dividing them out like, full squads. So we'll move this guy here, have him... you know what? I need to take off the Overwatch first. So he has his full action point, so we can actually move him how we want to. Okay, we're going to send one heavy this way, the other heavy the other way. So that's 3 guys, 4 guys going that way. Now we have 4 guys going this way. So we need to divide 1 guy going this way. You know what, I'll have him go that way because he's the librarian. And then we'll have this guy go with the other group. And that should be it for our turn. Unless we want to have the librarian kill this guy, which we may very well do. Not available, huh? Oh, okay, so you need an action point for that. That's interesting. So we can get back focus points, it sounds like, with this meditation ability. So why not? We'll kill this Gene Stealer because he's too close. That is, if it works. I don't know if this is automatic or not. It doesn't give me a percentage chance when I click on him, so, or hover over him, so I'm going to assume it's automatic, but you never know. Alright, so let's go ahead and end our turn. It looks like we have a number of Gene Stealers over here that we know about. Here we don't know, so I'm going to assume there has to be a spawner over here somewhere. I'm almost wondering if I should send a heavy this way. Probably should have sent him the other way, actually, honestly. So I'm actually going to end up turning him around, because we probably want both of our heavies going down here, because that's where their other objective is. So we'll end up only sending 4 Marines over here, maybe only leave a couple behind to secure our exit, and then maybe send the rest to see if there's an alternate route to the exit. So yeah, that's what we're going to end up doing. So this guy, I'd just like to turn him around the other way. Then we'll end our turn. Just had to think about that a little bit. Okay, so end our turn. I think we have a solid defense here. Okay, we killed that guy. Alright. Now we're firing down here. I think it's funny that they both shoot regardless, so you got a lot of misses going on.
Enemy inbound.
Wow, there's a lot coming from that
Weapon
direction.
malfunction.
Looks like both of them are going to end up overheating. Looks
My
like they
weapon has failed me.
cleared them out, though. This definitely is seeming to be a harder mission because, dang, they're sending a lot of Gene Stealers our way. It'd be nice if I could see what was going on over here. Yeah. Alright, well, let's take the Overwatch off and see what we got. So we can move up here and put an Overwatch down. If we do that, though, there's not going to be anybody to back us up. But I don't feel like we have much of a choice. And his bolter is so hot, though. We'll think about that one. Matter of fact, I might not move very much this turn, chiefly because we had so much action that last turn. The guys that are putting the Overwatches up now, I think they need to cool their guns down, is pretty much what they're going to spend the turn doing. So, reload, cool down,
Weapon functional.
cool down
Clear
again,
to fire.
then Overwatch. I know this isn't a very exciting turn, but I feel like this needs to happen. Move 1 space. Reload. And heat
Weapon
cooldown.
operational.
heat,
Clear to
cooldown,
fire.
Overwatch.
Securing area.
And we can even get more Overwatches down than we had last time, so we'll put this guy here. And Overwatch.
Affirmative.
This guy is going to end up going here and turning, and oh, I don't know if he can put down an Overwatch. I didn't pay attention. It's probably unwise. Yeah. You know what we're going to end up doing? We're going to put down one of these sensor things, because I want to kind of see a little bit better over here. I don't know if that's the best placement for it, but it may prove useful later too. So what I'm thinking here, just reload and cool down,
Clear to fire.
and just keep the Overwatch he already has. This guy, reload, cool down,
Clear to fire.
cool down,
Resuming fire.
and Overwatch.
Flank secured.
Put the one flamer here.
Yes, my lord.
Put the other flamer. Well, he can't move it just yet. Move this guy here. So we're going to end up having, looks like 6 guys going down, 4 guys going up. Which is probably the best course of action, just because we don't. Looks like the direction to go is down for our first objective. The guys here are going up purely if they can to turn off this spawner, and secondly to secure the extraction point if there is a area that they can get to it from this direction. So that's what their objective is. So let's go ahead and end the turn. I would have liked to have put a third Overwatch down, but that's alright. Hopefully we don't get as much action this time, but it looks like we are going to... Oh, okay, they just kind of moved this turn. Alright, so now we can get somebody in there to put down an Overwatch. I'm still kind of anxious about this, because he's not going to have backup. But I honestly, I gotta get moving here. Okay, good. He blocked the spawner. I'm hoping that, due to the fact that I'm seeing so many enemies down below, that they weren't using this spawner. So by me blocking it, I've actually, done a good thing here. What I'm thinking here is maybe even just putting him in this corner, because I can't really tell, but it looks like that's the edge of the room. Putting him in the corner, then putting the sergeant up here to Overwatch. I don't know if that makes any sense at all, but... maybe, yeah, that's what we're going to do. And then this guy may just be our guy that sits on the spawner. Now the sergeant, he's going to move up to here and then put our Overwatch down. And then the other guys are just going to go up behind him. So Overwatch down. If anybody enters this room, he'll at least get 3 shots at him before they get to this guy. And they'll have to go through so many doors, I don't even know if they'd be able to attack anyone. So these 2 guys have the same number of action points. I'll send this guy up first.
Clear a path.
And then the other guy right behind him. Doesn't really particularly matter.
Yes, brother.
So that takes care of those guys' moves. Now we are kind of in an issue here where I'm almost thinking it would be a good idea to get one of the heavies in. So let's see. If we move one guy up 2, we can get the heavy maybe 1, 2, then hose this all down. Let's try that, because otherwise I don't think we're going to be advancing much. Now let's do our attack. I'm going to try a wide angle first, because I think that's going to cover most of the hall. That's probably the best we can do. that should really help us for this turn. And then I'm just going to put him here. And we're going to move up as far as we can. And put our Overwatch down. Not that that really particularly matters. Then this guy has a fair number of action points, so we'll put him next. And put him over here. So we have the heavies a little bit separated. And our Librarian, we might do another psychic attack here just to clear out this enemy. Not really a big fan of leaving that guy. Main reason being is I would like to... It might not make much of a difference, but I'd also like to level up our Librarian, and I'm not really sure... They're probably just going to spawn more guys in. But the less Gene Stealers they have to work with, the better. Okay, so that is going to be... you know what? I wonder... Okay, he can't do the meditation at the same time he can do an actual psychic ability. Okay, so we're learning a little bit there. It doesn't look like he has many force points left, so we're probably going to have to end up meditating him next turn. Okay, so that should be the turn. Let's go ahead and zoom out so we can see what's going on here. Oop, that's zooming in. Okay, is that our turn? Okay, so they spawned in more guys. I'm going to guess by that they have 2 spawners down here. Okay, so this guy is just going to... I'm trying to think here. Would it be better to have this guy move with us and have one of these, you know, other guys? I'm going to say no. I know he's a more effective combatant, but he's already gotten a lot of shots in and killed a lot of Gene Stealers. The other guys really haven't gotten a chance, and I want to level them up. So I'm thinking here, 3, 4 turn. He's got his sword, so he should be able to kind of defend himself from the front a little alright. And he still has enough action points to put down an Overwatch. Not ideal, but it's alright. Move here, turn.
With all due haste.
Move here, turn. Alright, so this mission's a little, you know, slow, drag out combat. And because we did what we did, unfortunately, it's going to be hard to do this next turn. You can put an Overwatch in that direction. Oh, of course. Not good. That guy does not have enough action points to do much of anything. The guy that has enough action points to do anything is behind him. This is not good. I don't think this guy is going to have enough action points to really help us out here. And if we didn't move forward, though, we wouldn't have had. We would have never moved up. We would have just been pinned here for like ever. So it's almost a risk we had to take. It's just unfortunate because I don't think this guy's going to survive.
Securing area.
And we're going to put guy right behind him with another Overwatch.
Overwatch.
And hopefully they don't just chain kill a bunch of my guys. That would be kind of a bummer. I'm thinking about moving this guy next. And get my other heavy up. I see why they labeled this as a hard mission, because it definitely is a hard mission. Alright, we'll use our meditation. Oh, okay, that takes 4 action points to do. That's very interesting. Okay. Well, he wasn't doing anything anyway, so... Alright, well, that's the turn. This is going to be a mess down here, and I have a feeling we're going to get guys killed. But it had to happen, so let's see. Alright, so far so good.
We have combat.
So far so good.
No mercy.
Oh my. That was
Contact.
incredibly lucky. Incredibly lucky that that happened. We may even be able to get, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that would be lovely if we could have gotten a heavy down in here and hose this hall, but I don't think that's going to happen. Okay. So those guys are having to deal with quite a lot here. And that's not necessarily a good thing, but 1, 2, 3, turn 4. Okay. Alright. Because I don't know what to do over there, we'll do this first. And if this is a dead end, I'm going to be kind of upset. Which I get the feeling by the fact that I may be able to go this way, but it's kind of hard to tell. Well, I'm going to move the other 2 guys with him, but it's kind of hard to tell if that is a direction they can go in or not. Can't put any effective overwatches down. I almost wonder if I step on this, it will make the guy exit. I'm assuming by the fact that it's red, it won't allow that. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go this way with these guys, but I don't think there's a way this way. I think this is a dead end, which is bad because that means we're going to have to retrace our steps to get to the extraction point, which is not good. Oh. Alright, so let's go ahead and move here. I know we're putting our back to things, but don't know another way that we can move into this room and be effective. And none of my guys had enough action points that they could have even attempted to move past this point, so I'm not sure if we can go that way or not. I guess it will remain to be seen. But it looks like there is a hall behind here. It's kind of hard to tell, though. That could be ductwork as well. So we'll find out next turn. Now we have to deal with what's down here. So... I'd like to get more shots this way, but I know that Gene Stealer's going to end up this way, so I'm thinking 2 here, then turn, and then we can put an overwatch down.
Going into overwatch.
And this guy will have to cover. So 3, turn, overwatch. Right? Or wrong? No, I think that's wrong. I don't think he has enough action points. I just totally hosed myself. Both of these guys are going to die. I have to do something to get flame down here, but I don't think I can. 1, 2, 3, 4, turn, shoot. Doesn't have enough action points. doesn't even let me look at the attacks to see how many action points they are, because the sergeant is too far away. When the sergeant was closer, these guys had enough action points to do what I wanted to do, but because the sergeant is farther away now, they don't. So I'm just totally screwed now. That's awful, because this guy had enough action points to do something about these guys. And now there's going to be 1, 2, 3... let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... Yeah, there's going to be 3 Gene Stealers attacking him, and there's nothing I can do about it. The best I can do is kill one of them with the Psychic Storm ability, but this guy's dead. It's just that simple.
Confirmed kill.
Because they're going to attack his back, and there's nothing I can do about that. And this guy's level 2, I don't just want to throw his life away. I may be able to do something about it. Now that I think about it. I am going to have to get these guys the heck out of the way, though. But if I move over here, turn. What I'm thinking is doing just a long flame here, so that it only covers it doesn't kill this guy, essentially. Then I'm going to back this guy over here, and then this guy needs to come all the way back. So we'll do one back pedal, alright, hold on a second, let's get rid of his Overwatch. So if he turns around, he can always get so far out of the way, that's good. He's not going to be facing a direction that I want him to be facing, but I think I can recover from the mistake I just made by some creative movement. So if I move here, I think that's probably the best chance I have. I stay facing in this direction.
Moving.
I attack. I use the long burst. Perfect. It will create enough of a barrier, but yet not kill my Terminator. So I was able to recover from my own stupidity. Unfortunately, now the way things are, it's going to be tough to put Overwatches down like I need to. But I at least recovered from the situation so nobody got killed. And that's important. So, alright, well, we're kind of screwed for next turn, but I was able to recover from my mistake. So, that's a good thing. So let's end the turn, and we'll see the results of what we just did. Okay, so now what we can do, this guy can move to, turn, and put an Overwatch down.
Move.
Gets him out of the way.
Order
Overwatch.
confirmed. Holding.
Now what we want to do is we want to hose down this hallway again. We'll try wide angle, but it might cover too much of the hallway. Okay, actually it covers exactly the amount of hallway I wanted to cover. I want to put the flame there, that way I can get Terminators closer to putting an Overwatch down on this hallway. So let's do this. Move there. Technically, I don't want this guy to be the guy that comes forward, but he's the only guy that I can do that with, so... Now we're just going to hope this works out in our favor, because I kind of screwed up last turn so badly.
Affirmative.
And the librarian is just going to meditate. Alright, well, now this is where I'm hoping that I have another way to go, because this is really freaking annoying. It's such a bottleneck. No. Alrighty.
Yes, Commander.
Well, what I'm hoping in this situation is maybe we just hold on, get the sergeant down there, and he'll help out with the command points. I'm thinking is how this is probably going to end up going. That guy will just stay. He'll keep this spawner locked down. This spawner has to be super close to where these guys are coming, because they're like right on top of me every time. So once I can get somebody down this hallway, we'll be alright. But right now, because I can't, it's kind of annoying. We'll put an Overwatch down. Not that it makes much of a difference.
Holding.
Okay. So now we can end our turn. And hope for the best here. Alright. Get rid of your Overwatch. What I may do here is move this guy here, turn him so that he's able to put an Overwatch down next turn, and then I'll put Flame down this hallway again so that they can't get him. It's probably what I'm going to end up doing.
Moving out.
Probably what I should have done last turn, and that's alright.
They affirm. Target.
We're learning from the mistakes we're making, so get this guy out of the way so that we can put the flame that we need to put down. Now we are using up some flame here, but we should have plenty to deal with what we need to deal with. Just the way that this mission is designed is such that, well, it's probably wise to make the flame further down the hall so we can get a guy further down the hall. So I'm thinking about even putting it here. That will block the hallway for him. Move this guy up. Might move my flamer back down.
Moving to target coordinates.
Move our sergeant. The quicker we can get him back to the action, the quicker we'll get his command bonus. Okay. Now down here, we definitely had some ammo expenditure, so we'll reload. I think what we can do is we can move a step forward, continue with our Overwatch, and then cool down our gun,
Flank secure.
making sure it's completely cool.
The machine spirits have answered my prayers.
Okay. And our librarian is going to follow up. Well, the question I have is, does he have enough action points to use his psychic abilities? If not, then we'll do another meditation. So, let's see. No. So, let's do another meditation. And he has one action point left, so we'll move him up just one. Okay. We should be alright for next turn, I think. We had a little bit of delay there because we kind of, had some mistakes, but I think next time, like this next turn, we'll be a lot better off. So let's go ahead and end our turn. The Gene Stealers are going to move up. Oh, there's so many of them! 2, 3, 4. Okay, well, we can't hose down this area with flame. What I'm thinking here is just have this guy move one step back, and then just spend all of his action points shooting. Then I'm going to have this guy come and do 1, 2, 3 turn, maybe even get a shot off, and then we'll have an Overwatch down. So that's the plan. And at least we get a buddy system going so that he has a buddy. So now let's put down shots. So far, so good. One more. Okay, very good. Every shot counted there. Now we're going to move this guy here.
Clear a path.
He's going to get one shot in addition to this one.
The monstrosity.
We're getting really lucky with the shot placement here. We're going to shoot one more time, and then we're going to have an Overwatch.
Cleanse and burn. Xenos contact spotted.
Okay, so now we can do our Overwatch.
Watching for enemy contact.
Now he should have psychic points available now, so we might even kill off one of these guys with our psychic point. Did this guy do anything this turn? No, okay. It looks like what they're doing here is they're putting all of their spawns down here now, even though they probably have another spawner somewhere else, just to try to probably going to move all the way up to here. Or maybe I should put a flamer down here. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I feel silly because I keep, backpedaling a lot. But what I'm thinking here is we put one of these flamers down. We get them to, get them closer. It doesn't necessarily have to be right at the end of the hallway. Yeah, we'll put them there. That's alright. And then next turn, I'll have them hose down this hallway. And that will help us move forward, I think. So, I think that's a good idea. Then we'll move the librarian back. Use his psychic ability to take one of these guys out. I'm thinking the guy that we can't see is probably the better option.
None shall survive.
And I'm hoping those kills count for his experience, because that would really help. Okay, we're going to move our sergeant all the way up. Just keep that flamer there, he's protected. And then move these guys up as well, as far as they can move. Because we don't want them getting too far away from the sergeant and losing the bonus for being near him. And now that the sergeant's up, we can get a lot of the bonuses down for his command points. So this guy, he's just going to move to and keep down his Overwatch. Or does he have more action points than that? Let's take off the Overwatch and see what we got. So even he got command points now. That's interesting. So what I'm thinking here, is that another balcony? It appears to be. We may even move another 2 forward. And then put down our Overwatch. Because it doesn't appear that there is another way that the Gene Stealers can go. I don't even know. It doesn't appear there is a spawner, so I don't even know where those guys were coming from. If they were just circling around, maybe, from this spawner. It's kind of hard to say. And this guy may even just turn this way, so that we can use him for next turn. And I'm pretty happy with the way things are going. This guy's the only guy that didn't move, but he couldn't move. Well, the guy that's up there that's just sitting on our spawner. So let's end our turn. I think this mission's going very well. We're running at almost 50 minutes, though. So this is probably going to be a long recording. I apologize for that. This is a, game that takes a lot of careful planning.
Targets.
Okay, so I got another achievement here. Probably because that guy, from what it said, this one guy, it looks like he killed 5 gene stealers. Okay, so we're getting some progress here. I don't know, this guy sounded like he shot. So, I'm going to move him a couple. Let's see how far this guy can get to supporting. So I'm thinking just move him 1 up. Then I'm going to put down one of these sensor probe things. And we'll put an Overwatch down and reload his bolter. Now this guy will come up right behind him. Probably stop 1 point short so he can reload. And we're getting close to our objective, so that's good. So let's reload. Now it said shoot or flame the Tech Marine, so these guys possibly could get the objective done. So this guy, as I said, is going to turn here. That hallway is full of a lot of dead bodies. Then we're going to put down possibly a long blast. No, that doesn't seem to be the best choice. So let's think. Maybe wide blast would be the best choice. Alright, well we saw what that did. Let's try our focused. That seems to cover the best area from what I could see. But I'd also like to get further down the hall. Oh, that's not what I want to do. So let's see what wide blast does for us here. I kind of like that. That way I can get a couple more spaces down the hall. So I think that's what I'm going to go with. I'd really love to know where the heck this spawner is. So we'll use all of his action points to move forward.
Moving.
This guy is going to move. What I'd like him to do is turn around. I'd like 3 guys to go this way. Move 2, turn, and reload. Alright, I'm hoping that things are going in our favor now. I would like to meditate the librarian. Not sure that's going to happen this turn, so instead I'm going to do this. Let this guy through.
Moving out.
Get the sergeant in as far as I can, maybe. Move the librarian right behind. I'm gonna move this guy this way. That way we have a flamer going this way as well. Move the sergeant as far as he can get in there. Wait, that's not the sergeant. This is the sergeant. Where's the sergeant? Did I already move the sergeant? Oh, I already did. He's already right up in there. Okay, so that's alright. So these 2 guys are our slower guys. So we'll move them up as far as they can. Okay. So we only have 1 Overwatch down, but we only really need 1 Overwatch at this point. So let's watch that one overwatch down here. Alright, there's a bad guy there. I gotta be getting close to a spawner. I'm assuming it's somewhere down here. But I have to be getting close to the spawners. It just... I'm actually so close I might actually be able to flame where I want to flame here. So let's see if we actually can achieve that. So 4 would get me to where I want to be.
With all due haste.
Alright, let's see if we can put it down so we can get this guy. Okay, that's what that one does. Let's see what just the normal one guy. I want to get the whole room, if I can. Okay, that looks like it's going to get the whole room. Alright. So looks like now we just need to pull out, pretty much. The only thing is, there's so many directions that bad guys can come from. I don't know if I can protect this guy. I would like to be able to, but I don't know if I can. So everybody needs to pull out. That's pretty much what I'm seeing here. So everybody get the heck out of here. So backpedal. We'll backpedal him over here. That way we can cover him with this guy. So he's going to backpedal once. And that's probably it for this guy because he doesn't have enough extra points to backpedal again. That will give us a kind of effective Overwatch going at the moment. But everybody just needs to get the heck out of here.
Clear a path.
These two guys have to put down overwatches to protect this guy. That's pretty much how this is going to go. So those two are going to get out of the way just because they are in the way. This guy I'm going to move here. He's going to move here and do an overwatch.
They will fall.
Curious, should he turn this way or stay where he is? Because it looks like the gene stealers are going to come from this direction. If he's facing this way, he won't be able to see them. But if they come through this door, they get a free attack on the side. I don't think this guy will cover him. I'm thinking the wise thing to do would be move like this, because I don't see anybody coming from that direction. Put the overwatch down. That may be risky, and I may lose my sergeant, and that would be a catastrophe. Okay, so this guy needs to move here, turn this direction. And the idea being is that he's going to cover...
Moving.
This guy is going to move here. He's going to cover this way if he needs to. And then these guys have their overwatch going, so We're just going to have to back out is essentially what we're doing. So let's hope that I did this right. So Overwatch, Overwatch. He can't Overwatch. Alright. Hopefully this works. Here they come.
Hostile targets ahead.
Yeah, that was the right decision.
We are moving.
Okay, so now I gotta get these guys out of Dodge. The only problem is that's kind of tricky with the way that I'm employed right now. So move here, turn. And Overwatch.
Overwatch.
And reload. Problem is I gotta get the flamer out. This is kind of funny, but I'm gonna do it. No, I'm not gonna do that. Let's get this guy out.
Clear a path.
Okay, everybody just needs to get out.
Moving to target coordinates.
Okay, take off your Overwatch and run. This guy's gonna backpedal
Objective logged.
and reload his bolter. And put down an Overwatch. Take off your Overwatch. Get out of there. I'm really worried about his survival chances. That's just to cover the back. I think I'm going to move here, and the reason I'm doing that... Double spawners, huh? Is that anyone that comes down here... I mean, if these guys survive, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put flame down here. You know what, screw it. I'm just going to walk onto the spawner. This turn. I'm going to screw the Overwatch. Turn off the Overwatch. If I move here, I block both the spawners, so I'm going to do that. Blocked. There, now I don't have to worry about it. Next turn, I get him out. I put flame down, and then I have both of them run as much as they can. I don't know if that works, honestly, but we'll try it. I think that is everybody else. The only guy that needs to move is here. Because he has more action points, that will make it so he can run pretty effectively away from this. Probably what I'll do is I'll get him to the edge of it on the turn that he's going to run, and then he probably will get enough distance from it to get into the extraction point. So I think that's the end of this turn. So the main guy I have to worry about now is this guy. I'm hoping this gets rid of most of our concerns.
Enemy sighted. Multiple targets acquired.
Yeah, not looking good. Okay. So this guy, he moves here, he turns this way. This guy, he just runs as fast as he can. Now this guy attacks. Looks like the way that the hull is probably the best I'm going to get. So just like that. And then we have him run as fast as he can.
Acknowledged.
Okay, so we just have these guys continue to run essentially.
Yes, my lord. Clear a path. Affirmative.
Okay. As much as he desperately needs to reload, I want him getting out, and this is probably the best way to do it. Now you can put an Overwatch down.
My aim is true.
Now this guy, he's going to do his meditation thing. And the reason I'm doing that is in case we do need the psychic points as kind of like a backup to somebody else.
Affirmative.
Okay. Let's end our turn because that's pretty much everybody moving.
We have movement.
Okay. This is not what I want to see.
My bolter has failed me.
Yeah, I know. Because of the way that we moved, I'm not sure what we're going to do about that. I think we'll be alright. We'll just keep flaming down this hallway. They can't get to us. Okay, so this guy needs to backpedal. This will be pretty much the last turn that he can put effective Overwatch on this hallway. So he's going to reload. He's going to cool off.
Clear to fire.
Now he's got his Overwatch.
They will fall.
Okay. We have this guy run. I think we're going to get out. I just have to think about how I'm going to move. Is pretty much what I'm going to have to do. I could have killed that Gene Stealer with, psychic powers, but it's alright. Didn't really need to do that. Okay. So now we got to think. We need 1, 2, possibly 3. I think it only takes this guy 1 action to shoot his flames, but I want to be sure. So I'm going to do 2, turn, fire. Although I probably could get that 3. Let's just see before I do anything. Takes 1 action point to shoot. So, right click. So we move 3. We turn, that's 2. His last action point is used to shoot. And that should cover the hull. Next turn he does the same thing. Okay, so let's get the most effective fire we can get. So let's try this one. Alright, that doesn't cover as much as I'd like, so let's try the wide fire. Okay, that at least takes care of that gene stealer. Okay. Oh, wait. He just ran out. He just ran out of... Oh, gosh. Well, at this point, it's run as fast as you can, essentially, is what the name of the game is. We're going to have to try and put down effective overwatches here with the other guys that haven't run yet. So we'll have to think about that. Okay, so this guy is almost able to get out. So these three guys are going to have to work on putting an overwatch down to cover the exit of these two. It's pretty much how that's going to work. Alright, let's get the rest of our guys out.
Yes, my lord.
Okay, that should be everybody except that guy. I think we can get out of this with everybody alive, but it's going to be taking some work. It's going to take some work to get it done.
Enemy inbound.
Okay. So, this guy's moving here, turning around, takes him 3 action points, he can get an overwatch down. Okay.
Affirmative.
The question is, can this guy move far enough? The answer is no, he can't. He's still going to run as fast as he can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gets here. Not good. Oh, this guy might actually be in the way, so that's part of the problem. 4. He can put an overwatch down next turn. Okay, so this guy's going to move 1, turn, and overwatch.
Overwatch.
Okay, so let's get this guy as far as he can move. I still think we'll be okay, because this guy can put down an overwatch. He's going to move all the way up to here, and then he's going to put an overwatch, and that should cover the rear.
Securing area.
We might get snuck up on in this direction, but he's just going to run as fast as he can, and then these guys will have the job of covering, so... Now let's get everybody else out.
With all due haste.
Just by doing this, we'll probably easily get our objective done. Yeah, I mean, we're completing this mission, because we have enough guys now that are, you know, close enough to the door. Okay. So, now it's pretty much a matter of getting the rear guard out. Alright, let's get out of here.
We have contact. Weapon malfunction.
Well, that's unfortunate. Alright. You've done your job. Get out of here. Alright, now this guy has a couple missions. He has to get out, but he also has to get out in a way... Oh my gosh. I don't think he has a choice. I think he has to stand and fight. So, cool down.
Clear to fire.
Oh, I'm incredibly stupid. I had the Overwatch on, that's why. Alright, he can get out of the way, that's alright. We made a minor mistake, that's alright. Just get him out of the way. Just because I want to, I'm going to Psychic Blast this guy. And then we're just going to backpedal. Put an Overwatch
Flank
down.
secured.
Backpedal.
Advance, brothers.
Put an Overwatch
Order
down.
confirmed. Holding.
And this guy, he might just run rather than put an Overwatch down. I know it's a more secure Overwatch. Yeah, I'll let it go for now. We'll go ahead and let him reload though. Does he need to reload? Nope. Okay, so that's good. I almost screwed up on that one.
They are close.
Okay, so they're trying to swarm us. Not too worried about it though. Let's get this guy out. And as I discussed, this guy doesn't need to stay. Let's take off his Overwatch so we can actually see what the heck he can move. Why am I not getting an overlay with how far he can move? Oh well.
Yes, my lord.
Okay. Get this guy right behind him. These two are going to be our rear guard for now. Probably the sergeant will be the last one to leave. Because probably next turn I'll have this guy turn and run.
Before me.
He's going to backpedal one space. Put back down his Overwatch.
Order confirmed. Holding.
Okay. I think we'll be alright. We're getting really close to getting out of here. These two have moved, so this guy's moved. Okay, so and turn. Okay.
Enemy inbound. Weapon jammed.
Well, they're throwing lots of bodies at us. So the Overwatch I have may not be as effective as I thought it was.
Securing position.
Yeah, there's our objective, but we still need to get everybody out. And this guy, for whatever reason, is just not giving me an overlay of how far he can move. It's like some kind of weird glitch with that guy. And move this guy there. So those two are out next turn. Okay. He's going to backpedal here, which should get him one more shot. And he may stay to help the sergeant a little bit.
Resuming fire. My aim is true.
Okay, so cool down.
Clear to fire.
Reload.
Drive them back.
Reload again. And Overwatch.
My aim is true.
Okay. I don't know if that was the wisest movement, but still worked for what we needed. So I'm gonna end the turn.
Target. Target. My bolter is jammed.
Okay. So he did what he needed to. We're getting him the heck out. But let's undo our Overwatch so we know how many action points he has. Then get him out.
With all due haste.
Let's get these two guys out. And then he's going to do a little bit of backpedaling. Put your Overwatch down.
Stay alert, brothers.
I think just moving him one up will get him out. So, move him here and then here. We can put an Overwatch down for the sergeant.
My aim is true.
When he needs it. Okay, so doing well, doing well. Just trying to get this mission wrapped up. It's running really long, I apologize for that. But I'm trying to be careful.
Initiating attack protocol.
They keep throwing bodies at me. Alright, so let's try and get the librarian out as far as we can. So turn is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that guy's gonna get out, so I might as well just un-Overwatch and get the sergeant out. I've got an Overwatch here.
Affirmative.
I should be able to get all three of them out next turn. And I have an Overwatch down, so they're not gonna get me. Okay, so end turn. Alright, so let's get out of here.
Clear a path.
I just hope that he doesn't lose his command point from the sergeant as soon as the sergeant leaves, because that will actually kind of hose me. But we'll find out. Only been one space away, though, if that does happen. Which it doesn't look like it's going to. So there we are. Out of the mission. And we unlocked an achievement by not losing anyone. So that was a kind of drawn-out mission. A lot of that had to do with the fact that there was a lot of bottlenecking going on. So I'm just going to skip through this. We get an idea. Everybody got experience and all that. So I'm just going to skip just to save length of the video, because there's lots of, you know, showing you what experience you got and all that nonsense. But, oh, okay, we got another story thing. Well, you know what? I'll carry this story thing. You know what? Let's see. The Ultramarines Thunderhawk gunships barely escaped from the Fortress Desolation before the warp engines of the ancient Grand Cruiser at the Space Hulk's heart activate. You watch as the Space Hulk begins to move into the warp and the translation becoming an implosion that consumes the vessel, leaving behind a vortex of immaterial energy. Ethereal lightning bolts slashing out at space marine transports. Adamantium shutters slam down over the viewports as your Thunderhawk bucks and strains against the extra-dimensional energy ravaging it. It is almost as though the ancient Space Hulk is trying to drag its executioners to their doom along with it. Eventually, the turbulence subsides, the warning lumens and klaxons shut off, and calm returns. The shutters recede, and you look out once again where the Space Hulk was. There is only empty space. The Fortress of Desolation is no more. By your actions, Magridge has been saved, and Ultramar once again stands impregnable. So, did I finish the mission? That's weird. So was the lightning bolt all I needed to do to finish the mission? Huh. So according to that, I finished the mission, but it seems like I still have other missions, and that one mission up here that we had an option of doing is gone now. Well, that was an interesting result. I hope you've enjoyed this video. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.